Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily. Today we are profiling 5 moves that could happen this January. Some of these may even have gone through before this video goes live. Unlikely, but possible, so don't get upset. Let's get started. 5. Tanguy Ndombele. Prior to this December, it seemed unlikely that Man City would make any big money moves this January. But 3 defeats in their final 5 Premier League games of 2018 showed that there could well be room for improvement. 33-year-old Citizens veteran Fernandinho was missing from 2 of those 3 defeats, and without the defensive control he offers, City suffered. One player who has repeatedly been touted as his long-term heir is 22-year-old Lyon midfielder Tanguy Ndombele. The full-capped French midfielder is playing just his 2nd season of football for Les Gonnes, and has excelled domestically and in Europe. The former Amiens man has 4 assists in 16 Ligue 1 games at the time of writing, with only the freakish Memphis Depay contributing more for his side. Whilst his 2.3 tackles and interceptions per 90 isn't exceptional, this has to be tempered with the fact that Lyon are seeing 58% of the ball domestically, a figure only bettered by runaway leaders PSG. Any potential Man City player will need to be extremely comfortable on the ball, and Ndombele certainly is. He is currently averaging 52.1 passes per game with an extremely impressive 89.1% pass accuracy. This is the 2nd best in the Lyon squad of players to have played at least 500 minutes, behind ex-City man Jason Denayer. Pep knows all about Ndombele's talents, having seen them firsthand this season in the Champions League group stages, in which Bruno Genesio's men took 4 points off them. The versatile midfielder has scored 2 goals in 6 UCL appearances, but even more impressively has completed 2.5 dribbles per game, the same as his compatriot Ousmane Dembele. In fact, only 2 central midfielders, Time Aouar and Coutinho, have bettered that figure. But with the contract in central France extending until 2023, Lyon have set an asking price of €80 million according to Tutto Mercato Web. Expect this to either be met this January or in 6 months' time. 4. Keylor Navas. Spare a thought for Bernd Leno. Brought to the Emirates from Bayer Leverkusen for £22.5 million this summer, he was left on the bench for the first 3 league games of the season. But a hamstring injury to Petr Cech during their game against Watford forced Leno into the spotlight. Arsenal's defence initially improved, but 11 goals conceded in his last 5 games has forced Unai Emery to consider a January transfer move for yet another keeper. Reports in Spain claim that the man earmarked to solve their defensive woes is 32-year-old Real Madrid shot-stopper Keylor Navas. Bought from Levante after shining at the 2014 World Cup, the 83-cap Costa Rican racked up 141 appearances in his first 5 years at the club. But the €35 million arrival of World Cup Golden Glove winner Thibaut Courtois has seen the 3-time Champions League winner garner only 450 minutes of first-team action this season. Without last campaign's regulars like Cristiano Ronaldo, Isco, Kovacic and Keylor Navas, Real Madrid have struggled and are currently 16 points worse off than they were at this stage last year. Only a comparatively poor La Liga season has meant that they are still 4th, just 8 points behind Barcelona at the time of writing. And it wasn't as if Navas' performances in 17-18 warranted replacement. He averaged 3 saves per 90 in La Liga, his joint highest average since joining the 33-time Spanish champions. One of Navas' most underrated qualities is his long-range passing. In his 2 La Liga appearances this term, he is averaging 5 accurate long balls per 90, leaving Courtois' 3.6 firmly in the shade. Despite denying it, numerous reports claim that Emery is preparing a €16 million bid for Navas, and at 4 years younger than Cech, and at that price, this move makes perfect sense. 3. Mesut Ozil. This has undoubtedly been the most frustrating season of 30-year-old Mesut Ozil's 13-year career to date. He has been sidelined with 2 separate injuries, has a manager who doesn't back him in, quote, the physical games, and when he has played has been inconsistent to say the least. The obvious highlights have been his winner against Newcastle away in September and his virtuoso display against Leicester City at home the following month. Named as Gunners' captain for the first time, the 92-cap German seized the initiative, scoring once and assisting the other 2 in a 3-1 victory. But in truth, these moments have been few and far between, with his shots per game and dribbles per game at their lowest level since his €50 million move from Real Madrid in 2013. But the most concerning statistic is his drop in creativity. Last season, he averaged 3.2 key passes per game, the best in the division. This year, that figure has dropped to 1.8, the 12th best in the league, and fewer than Andros Townsend. Bleak. The forward hasn't just been unlucky either, with his XG per 90 dropping from 0.2 in 17-18 to 0.1 this term. And whilst last year he averaged 0.4 expected assists per 90, this campaign that has dropped to just 0.2. fewer than the likes of Solly March and Morgan Gibbs-White. Seemingly no longer able to create at an elite level under Emery's system, question marks have been raised about whether Ozil justifies his £350,000 per week wages, especially considering Arsenal's tighter purse strings than their immediate rivals. Despite his struggles, the latest being removed at half-time of Arsenal's 1-1 Boxing Day draw at Brighton, Ozil has still created 22 chances this season, the most in the Gunners squad. And if Aaron Ramsey was to leave this month as expected, Ozil would become the club's second longest serving player behind Laurent Koscielny. Could Emery really afford to lose a player of Ozil's undoubted class and experience so soon into his tenure? We highly doubt it. But with Real Madrid and Inter Milan among a host of clubs interested, we wouldn't be surprised if Ozil was on the move in 2019. 2. Mattias De Ligt. Okay, this one seems a little unlikely to happen in January, with Ajax in the midst of an incredibly tense title battle, currently 2 points behind PSV, and with a last 16 tie against Real Madrid to come. But 19-year-old centre-back Mattias De Ligt will almost certainly join Barcelona or Juventus this summer. Not only has the centre-back, who has already been capped 13 times by the Netherlands, shown himself to be an elite-level defender, but Ajax have already secured his replacement. Just this week, they brought in 25-year-old centre-back Lisandro Magallan from Copa Libertadores finalist Boca Juniors, seemingly paving the way for De Ligt's eventual departure. And it's clear that De Ligt would be an enormous loss to Ajax. The 6'2" centre-back has been the cornerstone of a side that has reached the Champions League last 16 for the first time since 2005-06. He is averaging a credible 3.4 tackles and interceptions per game in the competition, but it's his ability on the ball that has really made him stand out. He is currently averaging 71.6 passes per game with a 90.5% pass completion, the most in the Ajax side of players who have played at least 250 UCL minutes. Not only is he extremely comfortable on the ball, but he is a monster in the air, winning 59% of his aerial duels. For context, Longley, the man he could potentially replace in Barca's lineup, is only averaging a 51% success rate. This aerial ability makes De Ligt a threat in both boxes, and he is currently averaging 1.7 shots per Eredivisie game. For context, this figure is only topped by 3 Barcelona players and 2 Juventus players in their respective leagues. Already valued at €65 million by Transfermarkt, it seems inevitable that De Ligt will smash Van Dijk's €83.5 million transfer record for a defender in 2019. 1. Isco. Whilst we may have to wait until the summer for the completion of a few of these moves, there is a very good chance that 26-year-old playmaker Isco will be leaving Real Madrid over the next 3 weeks. Since Santiago Solari replaced Lopetegui in the Real Madrid dugout in late October, the 34-capped Spaniard has started just 2 of Real's 13 games in 4 different competitions. This has meant that 45% of the way through the current La Liga season, Isco has played just 516 league minutes, 16th in the 13-time European champions squad. This is all the more baffling considering that Isco has made at least 30 league appearances in the 5 full seasons since joining from Malaga. Despite this monumental drop-off in his game time, Isco is still averaging a goal involvement every 2.1 games in 18-19, a figure only topped by Benzema and Bale in the current squad. His performances may have understandably dropped, with his shots per game at their lowest ever levels and his 1.5 dribbles per 90 at their worst since 2010-11 when he was at Valencia. But his combined expected goals and expected assists per 90 is still at 0.5, not far off David Silva's 0.6 in the Premier League. With 3 years remaining on his current deal, which includes a €690 million release clause, unless Isco kicks up a fuss and downs tools, a transfer seems unlikely. But stranger things have happened. Europe's elite are watching. So that was our scout report of 5 players that could be on the move this month. What did you guys think of the list? Are any of those moves possible? Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this, head over to FD and watch Sunday Vibes and all our other great content across our 3 channels. Thanks very much. See you next time.